Alrighty. Alrighty. Yep, let's start, I guess. Everything looks fine. Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, hello everyone. My name is Nikolai Soy, and I'm level designer. And sometimes I stream video games and brag and rant about their level design or something related to level design. And today I think we'll continue playing the Cultist based level on Doom Eternal. It's third level or something, I believe. I stopped, I believe, maybe at half of this level. Not sure, but we'll finish today, I think. And next time we'll probably check some other game. I'm kind of getting tired of Doom Eternal, actually. Been streaming it for a while, even with long breaks. So yeah, today as a decent and virtuous gamer, I will finish this level, and next time we'll try something else. Yeah, this looks just about right for me. Okay. So yeah, let's I guess for the sake of I don't know, consistency or continuity, let's just briefly recap what was the last stream is about, or what we saw, and basically we saw a nice little level with this part of a level with fine and nice hub structure. We started around here, I think. Yes, somewhere here, I believe. Actually, no, that's where we started, right? So we're kind of at an interesting position for the start. We started from here, did some jumping puzzles, saw some nice vista. Then there was this first arena. Is a bunch of nice secrets, and one of them I haven't got, unfortunately. That's very shameful. Yeah, but skip this one. And it looks like it was only like the Sentinel battery or something in this level, which is disappointing, but I'll live with it. I'll deal with it. Yeah. So after the first arena, we got into this nice hub area, hub space represented by this long corridor, which was used repeatedly as as arena, and they did a good job, I think, at making this fairly simple corridor into entertainingly enough area. It was very simple. There was like one the verticality was very minimalistic. There was like one upper level, I think, or something like this. There was like a one cover on each end or something like this too. And then there was this, you can see this representation of environmental hazard that you can activate and make those things, to move from one way to another, killing everything in its path. I don't remember what is this called actually. Just some environmental traps to make things a bit spicier. So yeah, despite how simple it is, how simple this area, and despite the fact that they used it a few times, I think it worked nicely, especially in contrast to your typical Doom Eternal arena, which is fairly open. It's fairly comfortable in its in its size for player to move around, run around. So when we got first into this area, we were presented nicely with our destination, our goal of this map, which is this nice fortress. We saw it from, I believe, this location. It's now closed, but there was a window once. Trust me. Oh man, the way they treated this moment, yeah, you should watch the previous stream. It was kind of mean. Yeah, the way they decided at certain point just to close the window, and so you just you couldn't see it, this beautiful view again. Yeah, that was mean. So yeah, when we enter this hub area first, we are presented with nice and cute goal that we have to reach eventually. We're also presented with this arena too. Again, you can see it from that position. And then you move to the left wing of this hub, and do some stuff. Go through some, this is the arena as far as I remember. Do some like platforming challenges, very quick one in this portion of this corridor. Fine alternation of content, of gameplay. And then you get to the right side of this hub, and you can see there is actually a bunch of arenas now, and they were fairly harder actually. So there is this nice progression of difficulty curve. And there are a bunch again of platforming puzzles too, like you can see a bunch of geometry that kind of gives you a hint what player's progression was. Okay, we're jumping somewhere around here, They, I think, nicely adapted this arena into a platforming sequence too. Yeah, a little platforming puzzle. So again, nice alternation of gameplay type. And after you get through this whole section, you get into sort of lower area of this hub. So again, even so, we're kind of getting into the previous area that we saw already several times. Now we get into this lower part of that area. So again, kind of freshes up a little bit the whole backtracking experience, right? So nice little touch. And then after getting to this area, you actually can access this final arena, sort of. Kind of final arena. We still have things to do in this level, I think. I really hope we still have things to do, and this level just doesn't, gets. It's not the end of the level. I hope we still have something to do. Yeah, and this area, I was kind of critiquing it, this arena, how big it was, how it was too, too forgiving for player. Even so, it was like a culmination, gameplay wise, it was culmination of this whole of this whole part of a level. It was, I think, a bit too forgiving. It was too big, too, uh, charitable, generous, I guess. With options, you can see there are a lot of verticality, a lot of paths to go, and yeah, my critique was that this sides, this abundance of tactical options and this spaciousness of this arena is just it gives the player too much, simply too much of advantage over AI that AI simply can't keep with player when they granted such a big space. But I guess one thing that is nice about the arena is how it contrasts well with this whole hub space, which was again too used as arena, as combat arena repeatedly. You can see how this narrow and tight and kind of claustrophobic corridor contrasts well with this big and open arena, right? Which is usually in level design, in AAA level design tradition, contemporary level design tradition, is considered a good thing to have spaces that are in contrast with each other, that provide it provides a better experience. And yeah, now after we sort of finish this culmination part, kinda, we can get into this fortress. Oh, and there was, yeah. What? I think the last time I entered, this cacodemon spawned in this site. Yeah, I think they spawned somewhere around here. So it's like random? Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Oh, that's random spawn. Huh. Hmm. Well, that kind of undermines my previous commentary of this area. The last time when I entered and saw this spawn, cacodemon, I killed it, and I was thinking, like, what is the purpose of this demon? Like, what's the purpose of spawning this AI in this section, this corridor, right? And then my speculation was that, oh well, it's just a nice little enticement for player to go into this side of this corridor, right? Because how do you deal with cacodemons? Well, one of the easiest way to do it is with sticky bombs, because it staggers them, almost immediately, and then you can finish them with your glory kill. And well, in order to finish them in glory kill, you have to get closer to them, right? And when you get closer to them, after finishing them, you kind of get into this part of this corner and think about, well, what is this? Oh, that's something I can interact with. Oh, there is some content in this area, right? And so it's a kind of nice sort of the player's manipulation technique on the side of level designer. That was my speculation. But if it can spawn in this side, and there is just nothing actually. And I have to stop switching weapons. It's just, I don't know why I'm doing this. It's just my maybe it's like a stress thing, maybe, not sure. But yeah, okay, that's just, and you don't see much from here, right? It's like there is nothing really that catches your eye or something like this. Oh, this light kind of works weirdly. How you can see this reflection, right? And so it's kind of also, I guess, I'm not level artist, you know, by any means, or like expert in lighting, but yeah, this the way it works here is just a bit weird, but it's fine anyway. But okay, so here we have nice, not really nice, platforming puzzle sort of. Ah, that's unfortunate. And actually, I already got this extra life, right? There was extra life, I think, that you can get. Yeah, I already got it, so it's it's just I'm just wasting everyone's time. Yeah. Oh, this blood looks pretty cool. It's like this Sonic Caries meme, you know? Yeah, that what reminds me of. Alright, anyway, we commented on this section already. So yeah.
Your salvation lies in his destruction. The myth of the Slayer's strength is exposed now to us. Can you see it, brothers? He has lost the resolve to continue. Eat his soul. I must survive this. Protect me in my time of need, and you will secure your place in the new world.
You know what I haven't noticed the last time? I haven't noticed that during this little linear sort of sequence where we are moving with this platform, they actually oh, I'm switching weapons again. Stop doing this. They actually lock you in this place. You can't move, and I guess you can't even shoot or something. Oh, I actually didn't notice it, but anyway, you can't move during this sequence, and you can see that if you look at minimap, there is nothing. It's just it's nothing. It's void, right? And I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's clear that this whole linear sequence was all in favor of this kind of narrative story beat, right? Where we see this giant, hologram of this cultist, hell priest or something, and this whole linear, section, this whole sequence was just about that, and I don't know how I feel about taking control from player at this point. It's just I don't know. Cutscene is one thing, but when you do it in non-cutscene way, it feels inconsistent and also just arbitrary. It's like a concession on designers' part that they just decided not to trust the player and just take away control from player at this certain point to assure that they will look at this whole nice narrative, set piece. And honestly, I can't blame them. I understand. Players are kinda, you can't trust them. They're kinda, sometimes they aren't cooperative. They do weird stuff that you don't expect them. They can ruin important narrative moments or something like this, for example. Yeah, it's possible. So I understand the reasoning. I understand why they did this. I think I even feel sympathetic, with what they did, because sometimes just it feels like the only option you have is that just take control from player if you want to be sure that they will see what you want them to show. Yeah, but I wish they did it with cutscene just for the consistency's sake. Yeah, that's I guess my only My only problem. And the whole sequence was, you know, kind of weird. Especially compared to the first part of the level. It's like we have this nice gameplay sequences where we fight and jump and, you know, and rip and tear and do some puzzly stuff. And it works fine. It's great. The flow is okay. But then the game tries to do something narrative-wise, tries to give us some story, you know, to present us some lore or something like this, and it just kind of doesn't stack up well, and because of that we are just yeah, I don't know. I feel a bit of conflicted about this part. And maybe I'm overdoing it, considering how, you know, not that significant this part is at all. Oh, nice. I enabled the ever hated thing by level designers, UI. Reactive UI especially. Yep. Let's just in case check that everything is alright. Yep. Alright, let's... The funny thing about these zombies, I'm not sure. I think they don't reuse them? Yeah, I'm actually not sure, but I think they don't reuse them in any other level. I might be wrong, I might be kind of completely wrong, but that's my intuition. Yeah, let's actually progress now. The ambient is nice. And environment in general is just... In Doom Eternal it's great, it's beautiful. But in here it's especially nice. You know, those skulls.
Your super shotgun is nearby. A relic from your past.
Yeah, I can't move actually.
Kept it hidden from you in this remote location.
I couldn't move, but I could shoot. That's... Wait, why do you take control from me in this part? Like, what? Yeah, this one feels excessive. I wonder if this might be like technical issues. Yeah, not sure. Oh man, look at that blood. I wonder what's going to happen. It's like, it's it's a peak environmental storytelling or something. Just blood everywhere. Foreshadowing. Oh, yeah. Yep, I'm very bad at dodging them. All right. And now it's closed. Nice. Nice. So that's how it works. Yep, sure. Whatever.
Attention, all mortally challenged personnel. The Slayer is inside the facility. Please proceed with aggression.
I mean, this little setup was very nice. How they, you know, showed you your desirable goal, this super shotgun, right? And then closed the door immediately to it, and made the floor to fall, which is unexpected. You know, So it's a nice, you know, example of when the game just fucks with you, or you know, level designer fucks with you. Oh, there is this nice fuel. Yeah, I actually might die in this one, considering that I'm playing on a difficulty that I just kind of forces me to pay attention to what is going on. But yeah, it has nice sort of dynamic qualities, right? Are you fucking? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, that was just. Oh man, that's just. I'm offended. I'm actually offended that. Yeah. When did I kill the second Mancubus? There were two of them, right? Oh no, wait! Fuck. I wanted to comment on this. On this environmental stuff that was going on. Apart from the fact that you can't chainsaw those, what are they called? Cuboles or something? Check. Let me. Yeah, cubole. Yeah, that was very, very frustrating and unexpected. Like, yeah, it kind of dwarfed my experience of that arena, which is fine, which I enjoyed. The whole sort of dynamism of this arena was pretty good, I think. How you have this little four shock platforms, something like this. How do they call them? You know, that were deactivated at the beginning of this arena sequence, but then during closer to the end of this arena, they become, you know, active, and they actually hurt you. So they restrict your movement even further. And then you have walls that start spitting fire, which is on its own is a nice visual effect. It's nice, nice way to make your, you know, arena look different and dynamic again. But it also has this gameplay aspect that you can't, you know, lean to the wall like right now. Oh, what? What? These spikes actually don't hurt me. Okay, I'm disappointed. Yeah, I'm just. But the fire did hurt me, and I actually kind of bumped into it a few times, I think. Yeah. So it was, I think, a nice combination of not just enemy sort of spawn, enemy configuration, and but also environmental effects too. And despite the fact that this arena was so simple, the layout was simple, right? It was just square room with sort of this pillar in the center that you can go through. Yeah, that despite that kind of, you know, minimalistic layout, it felt pretty good. And now we are presented a bunch of stuff. We have this, it's like secret encounter or something that is closed, and our gold is nice button that we need to press, again closed too. So those foreshadowing techniques, this or access and denial techniques, this level is very very leaning into using those. Like you have basically 4 instances of this technique in one room. Like you have the secret encounter that you want to get but can't. You have this your goal that you want to get to but you can't. You have this rune. Is it rune? I don't remember what it's called. That you want to get to but you can't. And then you have this Hell's collectible with a bunch of armor pieces that you want to get to but you can't. That's just yeah. It's a lot. You want everything, but yeah, nothing is available. And so our only way to go through this, basically, through this corridor. It looks nice. It contrasts well with this room, in color, in tone. It also gives us a nice little view on this, again, foreshadowing technique. This is the arena that we will get to later, and you can see this is super shotgun that we will get to later too. I wish they would make this super shotgun a little bit more visible, right? So player could clearly identify that. Oh, that's what I want to go. Actually, that's like my ultimate goal, right? But it's kind of easy to skip it, to not to notice it, right? And it's also nice, like kind of like a breathing room. This whole arena was inside this darkish, claustrophobic sort of basement area, kind of, right? We went down basically, right? And this little window, it kind of satisfies a bunch of functions, right? One is this foreshadowing thingy, and another is just it's a nice breather room. It gives us a bit of fresh air. It allows us to see this nice outdoor space too, which is again kind of nice contrast experience with this previous claustrophobic area. So let's get some autumn up. Yeah, you can see how this how this one is structured. Yeah, we have a bunch of things to do. And let's do it then. So, what kind of messes up with me is how this sort of floor's lava is red, like very red, like blood red. But on minimap, it's denoted with yellow color. It's unforgivable. Which is, I understand, again, you can see that they actually use red for those combat arenas, so it's kind of just overlaps. But yeah. Still, this inconsistency is just a bit puzzling to me. Okay, let's do some jumping. Oh man, these runes, this sort of alien, those pentagrams and stuff. It's a nice touch, I think. Nice touch to this whole cultist, aesthetic. Because otherwise it would be, you're kind of, well, not generic. I guess you can't say it's a generic sci-fi base by any means, but it kind of leans to this direction, right? So it's a nice way to play with with theme of your map, which is cultist based and stuff. And now we got access to this sentinel crystal, right? Yeah, let's just pick something random. And I guess let's try to tackle this secret encounter. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing job at this. But it's fine. It's alright. And now we can get to this area too. Again, a bunch of platforming. Oh, it's like secret area. Yeah, the thing is, it's not, you know, punchable box, but your punchable boxes, they look kind of similar. The color of this glowing bit of rune is green, but still, it's just when you look at this, when you know, bring back all your past experience of playing this game, right? You just want to punch it. You want to punch it so hard, and the fact that it doesn't do anything is just kind of disappointing. Don't tease me like that. Come on. Oh, nice little area below us. You know, this little sort of conveyor belt, right, with those revenants. Is it conveyor belt? They're not moving actually, but yeah, that's the idea that I get. Actually, I'm not sure what is going on. What's the story? Because yeah, they're not moving at all. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like this part is a bit underdeveloped. You could put a bit more, you know, into it. But you know, still fine little detail that you can notice if you pay attention to your surroundings. Let's get this collectible. Nice skulls. Oh wait, it wasn't optional, so it's like part of critical pass. Okay. That's not how you do. Okay, let's actually see what this thing is doing. Oh, it opens up. Okay, I got it. Right. That's where I go. Let's get some chainsaw action. Go! What? Okay, that was a bit surprising. Yeah, stick bombs are so satisfying to use. Like, I think they're so better than your machine gun with scope. It feels much better. So yeah, you can see those guys again. So that's some factories in some factory production of revenants or something like this. That's the idea that I'm getting. Again, nice skulls, nice pipes. Feels good. Good job. Good job whoever modeled the stuff and, you know, made the concept out of it. Yeah, this minimap can be quite handful sometimes. I'm not sure how I feel about it, how it just... Sometimes it gives just such a clear answer to, you know, whatever secrets a certain map can have. Is it a good thing? It kind of derives you, it robs you of this, I think, nice sort of cognitive process of carefully, you know, studying your environment and paying attention to its layout and, you know, details, you know, like ceiling, for example, right? You know, how this sort of level design stereotype, you know, level design meme kind of goes that players usually in video games don't look up, and for certain games it's definitely it's definitely more or less a plausible and fair statement, I think. So there is some plausibility to it. And I don't think Doom Eternal is exactly like this, but especially in, you know, platforming different sequences, then you have to kind of look around and see where you have to go. But I think it is especially sort of incentivizes you to look up when you search for secrets, especially, you know, the path to a certain secret is not that obvious, right? And you look around, you pay attention to every part of geometry, right? Which is, you know, sometimes it may be a bit frustrating, especially if you're unsuccessful in finding, you know, your path to a certain secret. But when you're successful, when it works for you, it's such a satisfying feeling that you uncover the secret by yourself, by your wit and attention and sort of, you know, your cognitive skills that you use in order to find the secret. And minimap that just says, hey dude, there is something up here, it's just, I don't know, it kind of robs you of this activity, I think. Man, my throat is very uncooperative today. It's not a consistent issue for Doom Eternal, for sure. There are enough areas when you, I think, have to do this whole, you know, cognitive process again, but yeah, in moments like this, I'm not sure how good this thing is. Where do I again? Oh, this gate just opened, so I guess that's my pass. Look at how red this the slide is. It tells me right away that, yeah, you can't go this way. Kinda tells. Phew, that was close. Yeah, nice reuse of the same space, right? Now we kind of visited several levels of this kind of shaft, you can call it. We visited the lowest part of it, the middle part of it, and now we are on the higher part of it. And again, it's a sort of a good kind of practice, a good technique to use according to, you know, contemporary contemporary AAA level design paradigm to reuse your space several times, and with each time you give the player something new, right? You let the player to discover and experience the same space in a different way, to uncover some new details about that space, look at it under different perspective, like from different hate perspective. And that this again is just, it's efficient, it's very efficient from sort of resource cost perspective, resource curse wise, and it's also just, it gives a good and satisfying experience for the player too. It makes this whole kind of backtracking process is entertaining and not tedious at all. Oh, what is this? Is it like a lamp? Or is it an outdoor area? I think it's just a lamp, right? It's just so white. I guess the color scheme maybe is a bit much. Like you have this bright red, you have this bright yellow, and this one is kind of orangish, so it's not the same color too. And then you have this cold white bluish light, and you have this white, deadly white light, colored light too. It's just, I think it's kind of too much. Yeah, I don't know. A little bit overwhelming, I think. But again, I'm very incompetent, especially in this part of sort of level design or environment art. If is lighting, is setting up a light in your level is also a level design, especially if it's done not by level designer, but some artist, by some lighting guy, dedicated person responsible for the light, especially in big studios. All right, let's actually, where I should go? I have 2 markers. Excuse me, game. What? Is it new area? I think I saw it already. I mean, I visited already. Or maybe not? No, I guess yeah, this one I visited before. And that's a new one, okay. It's just, this setup looks so familiar. Nice. Again, they take control of me. Right? Oh man, this room looks cool. Oh, look at this. A bit bright for my taste, but yeah, the design is just great. And these candles too. Maybe a bit anachronistic considering the whole, the whole theme of sci-fi cultist base, but and they kind of look, yes, a bit weird, like the lighting on them. But it's fine, it's okay. It's just cherry picking. And that's a very unique thing that Doom Eternal does.
Connection successful. You are now in control of the Revenant drone. You may use it to reclaim your property.
Reclaim your property. That's nice wording. I like it. Yeah, that's very unique thing. Because Doom Eternal never does something like this again, just never. And I guess you can explain it as a sort of like advertisement inside of a single player campaign for a multiplayer mode they have, right? This battle mode, I think it's called. I might be wrong, but you know, they have this. Doom Eternal has this multiplayer mode where you know it's kind of asymmetrical, where one player plays a Doom guy and the opposing team plays as a demons. They consist like 2 players, I think. And one of the demons that is available for this opposing team is Revenant. So I assume I actually haven't played battle mode, unfortunately. Guess I should try that actually. Yeah, I wonder how many people play it. You know, I'm not. I don't think it's got very popular. Like at least I haven't seen it. You know, being mentioned by people in my like Twitter feed. Like, oh, I think there were like a bunch of them, but they were very dedicated Doom Eternal fans. So yeah, I'm not sure they're a good representation of your average player's experience. So yeah, and I guess in games like this, in games where your single player mode is the dominant part of the game, multiplayer modes will always suffer, right? Because of and objective reasons, like the single player part is more important, so more resources will be spent to it, more attention, more polishing, something like this. And then it's also what is more important for players, right? Because how many players, I wonder, got Doom Eternal thinking about, well, I want to play battle mode, right? Yes, very, very little. Very, the minority, I think, would be fair to say. For most people, it's single player. And so it's a kind of, I think it's a fair, it's fair to look at this little, very unique, you know, again, something that they did once in the whole campaign. It's just, it stands out, right? And I guess maybe that's intentional, right? So yeah, I think it's fair to think about this whole sequence as a kind of advertisement for another part of this game, which is, you know, this multiplayer battle mode, which is, I think, fine on its own. I think it's okay as long as it does not, you know, contradict your game. It does not sort of make the whole experience worse, you know. As long as it does not work to the detriment of it. And in this case, it's fine. It's actually not just fine. It's fun. It's fun to, you know, to play as a demon, right? Especially Revenant with their, you know, this jetpack ability, which is, you know, feels great to use just in general. Even so, you can say that it is a bit of a inconsistency, because that's not really how Revenants, you know, behave in Doom Eternal. They don't have this ability to hover, you know, in the skies. And I do think they have barrage ability, right? But yeah, very nice little detour, I think. Again, you can say it was quite cost-efficient decision, right? Because that's just basically a reuse of a content that exists already, had to be made. Man, I like architecture in this one so much. It's a medieval sort of architecture. It's old ruins, you know. Nice contrast with the whole sci-fi base, which kind of gets a bit, you know, monotonous at this point. And here we have a cool little scene of how badass Doom Guy is, right? That he, you know... Well, actually, if you think about it, it was Doom Guy who controlled this Revenant, right? So it was Doom Guy using this Revenant to kneel before himself. It's like oh, it's like, you know, it's kind of, yeah, I don't know, it's just if you think about it just a little bit more, this scene is kind of like weird how Doom Guy just thinks that for whatever reason I'm going to kneel before myself. Yeah, that's kind of. But again, it's fine. It's all right. Look at his feet. Oh, that's invisible wall? Are you fucking kidding me? Ah, distasteful. Man, look at the amount of details. Holy fuck, that's some detailed demon feet. Yeah, nice. I mean, it's nice moment to appreciate the work of, you know, of developers team on this one. You know, modelers, concept artists. I wonder if I can, you know... I mean, I kinda did, but... Yeah, that was a bit disappointing. And again, inconsistent. That's not how Revenant... What? What? Holy shit. What? Oh, why? Yeah, even... This elevator was so fast that even game's marker couldn't understand what is going on. Like, you can see how it was just, you know, above me, floating, like in confusion. Like, what the fuck? What was just happened? Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, Midhook. Yeah, Midhook is an amazing feature that I actually didn't use that much in my first playthrough. But yeah, it's great. It's just, I'll try to represent it as good as I can. But yeah, this this lift sequence was kind of nice. I mean, I understand the reasoning that they did it to fall very quickly because it's just, there is nothing to look at, right? Usually lifts are used for... Why are they useful? They break the pace. They let the player to... they're very effective at showing vistas. Or basically anything you want the player to look at. Because in lift, the player doesn't have that much choice, you know? They don't have this freedom to mess around. They are stuck in this one room. Usually a very, you know, small room. And this, especially if you frame everything, like... deliberately and correctly, the chances that the player will look at something beautiful like Beast, something interesting like some like AI doing some stuff like some narrative sequences, right? The chances are very high. You're almost guaranteed that the player will see it, so your work won't be in vain. And it's also a nice sort of I said it's like it breaks the pace, and it is a nice sequence for giving like narrative information for the like those audio log stuff, like giving information, like exposition, and all those narrative voice lines. And again, the chances that the player will not just listen but actually listen to them and will be focused on them are pretty high, because again, they don't have much stuff to do. So lifts are very useful in this regard. They're sort of a friends of a low designer, you can say. And this lift didn't do anything of that. That was just, it's so bland. There is nothing like of narrative stuff, of vista, of some cool scenes to look at. Nothing. And you can understand why they decided to make this lift to move at the speed of light, something like this. But yeah, it was funny how the marker couldn't catch up with it. And here we have a sort of a gate, or like a skill gate, as some may call it, which basically refers to a little tutorial sequence, basically, when you provide the player with some new mechanic, and you force them to use this mechanic in order to progress. And so you assure that the player will internalize this mechanic that you just taught them. They will actually know how to use it. They will learn it. It's pretty much guaranteed, right? Because they can't progress otherwise. And so here we have this little skill gate that teaches us how to use this meat hook. I almost fallen. Okay. Oh, and here we have some. You have some interesting arena. It's like, oh man, how do you call it? Surprise box arena? Guess what's in the box arena? Because you have those, you see those columns, right? And each column contains some stuff. It can be collectibles, like resources. It can be maybe nothing, I don't remember. And it also can contain some enemies. So it's always a nice, there is a nice element of surprise and anticipation of surprise. I'm going to get what's in this box, what's in that box. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I like this little it's a nice little twist to make your typical arena to have a very nice unique flavor to it. It's like, how's this thing called? It's like Genius Glossy. I think it's like a Roman word. It was basically spirit of the place. I think it's translated, which at that time was referring to like actual spirits that were now responsible for certain locations, like towns or maybe villages. But now in architectural sense, it usually refers to those qualities of space that make it, determine its uniqueness compared to other spaces. And you can argue that this little feature with those pillars that you can open, you can unravel and find out what's in them, is this sort of it creates this little feature, this little nice mechanical twist that creates this Genius Glossy for this area. I hope I'm not mispronouncing this term. Okay, let's open them up. Let's see what's in the box. Oh yeah, you have to. Oh, it's also nice how you actually have to punch it, which means you have to get to it in close range, right? You can't kind of get to safe distance and shoot from safe distance, kind of assuring that you won't be caught off guard, right? But no, you have actually to punch it. And I guess one way to critique this arena, this feature, is how making leaving this process of unpacking these boxes to the player, you are you potentially create spacing problem, or not spacing, pacing problem, right? Like difficulty curve problem with the sequence, because it's up to the player when they want to initiate the combat. And because of that, they can kind of break the whole sort of difficulty curve of this arena. Because if I feel too overwhelmed, I can just, take a pause. Have a little breathing moment, right? Like right now. Nothing encourages me to unpack this one, and then this one, and then immediately this one. Not really. I can just... I can take my time, And that, I think, can kind of ruin a bit the whole experience for the player unintentionally, because you create this spacing problem. A nice little box like this one. Yeah, I'm using kind of inappropriate weapon. But oh, that felt good. Wait, what? That was fast. And another problem is that you can't determine in what order the player will open those columns, right? And so you can't really be sure that you will put in the first column this set of enemies that are very easy to deal with. In the second one, you will make you put enemies that are a bit harder than them. And the third one will be the toughest pack of enemies, right? Because you're not sure how player will open them up. They can open the first column that contains the toughest enemies. I guess you can fix it with dynamic spawn, which checks if it's the first box or the second, like the column, right? Maybe that's actually how they do it. Maybe the content is dynamic, right? So yeah, I guess this problem is solvable, and I think they kind of solve it, maybe, actually, right? Like you can see that the enemies are kind of becoming stronger and stronger. Yeah, oh man. Man, this ball is a bit too high, I think, to use it effectively. Man, this raven kind of blended to his environment for a while, and I just lost him. Like, what? Where is he shooting from? Not the most common problem in this game, I think. Despite how detailed this and beautiful and complicated it looks. But what's in the last one? So yeah, despite the fact that I like this arena theme a lot, like actually a lot. What? Oh. Where I should go? Like, yeah, these markers are a bit confusing. So yeah, I like this this arena theme, this whole process of opening columns up and waiting what is coming for you, what is you're going to see. I like this. I like this concept. I think it's fun, but it has this inherent sort of pacing problem of giving the player the ability to open those columns in any order and with any time they want. I would like to somehow force the player to open those columns, without waiting too much. I guess I would try to think about something that forces the player to do that. Maybe like some environmental kind of hazard that sort of damages a player unless they open up the column, and then it sort of resets until you kill every enemy that got spawned out of this column, and then again it starts sort of appearing and forcing player to open the next one. Maybe, not sure, but something like this. I would definitely try to for the sort of pacing sake, do something amongst those lines. But maybe it's fine. Maybe it's actually fine. It's like a little gimmicky arena that it's not significant, right? It's not the culmination of this level, so maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine to let player to sometime control pacing of your combat sequences.
Attention, all cultist base personnel.
Oh,
Please
what?
destroy the
Are you telling me I can't?
survive.
That's
The
just
priest must survive.
that's unepic. That's just really unepic for you. Oh man, I mean, that's disappointing. Oh, that's a lot of projectiles to dodge. It's like some kind of bullet hell game. Yeah, that's just, I don't know, why did you do it? Why would you make this drop, one way? Just, yeah, this one it feels a bit awkward. I think I just climbed on those. Yeah, whatever. Oh, alright. Now we get into some puzzle, sort of. I know, yeah. I'm not sure about the pacing of this one. It's just this arena was kind of underwhelming, sort of, right? And then you give another sort of very low pacing, low intensity sequence. Yeah. Alright, it looks like the way for me to go. Oh, I actually can go back. Okay. So, what's my purposes? Yeah, I have to get to this one. So I have I see a bunch of, green glowing stuff, some bars that I can use. I guess this is how I have to reach it. Yeah, I really. Alright, that was easy enough. Some optional collectibles to pick up. As far as I remember, this is actually where Doom Hunter is. It's like it's, you know, what's the word? Tome or something? But yeah, they're sort of a level, and the next one, I think, they have this nice theme of seeing how this Doom Hunter demon is getting constructed, you know, revived and stuff, and upgraded. All right, we have some climbable walls. Ah man, this one. Oh, yeah, nice little platform, nice little encounter, I think. Like the use of those lost souls, which is, you know, appropriate. This whole set piece kind of constrains your use of enemies, and so the flying ones are kind of the only option for you to use. And then you have this little environmental hazard. So yeah, it's kind of nice how this very little, very, you know, sort of minor in terms of gameplay room has a bunch of mechanics that make it, you know, entertaining and meaningful enough. It's not some boring shooting, right? You can actually pay attention to this little little trap, right? And there are imps who shoot at you. Even so, the geometry of this level is not on their side. Oh, fuck you, man! I was mocking you, and you punished me for it. All right, fair enough. Yeah, the displacement of those imps is not the best for sure. I would like maybe spawn them somewhere here, maybe? And here? I don't know. Yeah, you can kind of see how, in this case, the platforming element part of the game and combat part of the game, they just kind of contradict each other. They don't, you know, combine well. Oh, we have some foreshadowing, some tasty stuff. Like, I thought about these balls, but actually they're kind of useless. Like, why do we need these balls? It's alright. So yeah, that's the armor that you want probably. Oh, that was fairly easy, alright. Oh, now we have now some nice secret encounter. Ooh, that's just, oh man, that's, yeah, I got stuck in this one. That was messy, like really messy. This room, I don't think it was fit well with those enemies, like, because those, what are they called? Those snakes? Whiplash, right. Those Whiplash, they're very mobile enemies, right? They're constantly moving, they kind of sort of change their location, which is makes them harder to hit. But in this room, they just didn't have enough space to do the stuff. And for the player too, it was kind of hard for me to dodge their projectile-based attack. And then you spawn Mancubus that just increases the amount of chaos in this room. Oh yeah, and you saw how this Whiplash was stuck in this area. Like, yeah, Yeah, I don't know. This one, this encounter felt very chaotic. It's just and not good in metric wise. Yeah, not the best encounter, I think. Even if you want like to make those types of chaotic sort of encounters that make player panic, I think you can do a better job at it. Oh yeah, my throat is is the main antagonist of the stream. You know what? That's kind of... We saw those spikes before, right? And you remember I tried to bump into them, and they actually didn't hit me. But now it looks like they hit me. Now that's just some inconsistency. Oh, I might... Okay, I didn't think about timing. Actually, like, I just... Yeah, I saw the opening and I just jumped, I guess this puzzle is very forgiving with timing. Oh, again, nice foreshadowing. Oh, not the tentacles. Fuck the tentacle. I hate them. What? What? Okay, that was... Fuck off. Tentacles are like the nemesis, my nemesis in this game. Oh man. Fucking. Yeah, just like I said, my nemesis. Okay, I just used minimum. But this one actually, even without minimap, I think it was kind of easy to get. See where you have to go. Fuck. Just... Oh, okay. I misused it. Now we have this thing too. Oh, that's the orb. Okay, I'll accept it. This is with big pleasure. So again, I talked about this before, but that's how sort of Doom Eternal presents a lot of the time their arenas. Is well, that wasn't the vantage point, right? But it's still this starting area provided with a nice, sort of more or less nice view of the whole space, and it also often starts their arenas with some, fake infighting, so that the player could, Why would you put it in an elevated area? Oh, fuck me. Yeah. I guess I should actually play instead of talking. That Kakademon actually scared me. I did not expect it to, bump into me. That's still fine. So, yeah, what I was talking about? Oh yeah, how Doom Eternals, sets up the beginning of their arenas usually. They provide us this more or less nice view of the whole arena. Even so, yeah, this one maybe not the best. Maybe like this start was more conventional, right? So you can see the whole layout of the arena better, and therefore, you know, you get a kind of a better and quicker grasp of the whole space and what options, what tactical options it provides for you, and also what enemies contain present, right? And the enemies are usually engaging with fake infighting in the beginning of arena combat. So the player would have a time to sort of look around and see what is going on, which would be significantly harder if enemies would, you know, aggro on the player immediately from the start, right? So it's a nice little trick, a bunch of tricks that Doom Eternal does, and which are, you know, again, sort of in line of a contemporary AAA level design paradigm. And now we have a nice vista again that we saw in the previous stream. What is this? That's some cool stuff. Like some ruins, right? Yeah, I don't think we've seen this one later, like in previous time. This bridge looks familiar. Yeah, it's nice little detail that again sort of inspires and you know, excites your not in every player, but in some, in certain percentage of players that, you know, into lore of Doom Eternal, into environmental you know, storytelling stuff, who just are into looking around and, you know, thinking about what this thing means, what this detail means. Yeah, and I think it's a nice nice piece of environmental storytelling too, because the whole sort of story of this level is that there was like ancient ruins, right, that were discovered by humans, and then this whole excavation, like study, you know, endeavor was hijacked by L-Force, something like this, and that in those ruins were uncovered those ancient species like Doom Hunters, something like this. I might be wrong in certain parts, but I think that's the main idea. And so this whole ruin kind of gives you nice, I think, a hint that, well, that's how that space, you know, looked like, something like this, and that it was uncovered. But then you could probably need some like equipment, like cranes and other excavation equipment, right, to sell this idea. Yeah, maybe I'm completely wrong about this one. Maybe I'm just misreading it. Just like, yeah, yeah. Let's stop for a while. What? Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? Ah. Oh, that was sneaky. All right. And now we can come back. Yeah, this secret. I don't know. This one feels a bit more obscure. The last during previous stream there was brilliant secret. I think brilliant in terms of how it was designed. And basically it was very similar kind of in its setup, but I think the previous secret was designed much better. They had this sort of again natural landscape, this edge too, but that secret had this part of landscape actually, how do you say it, how do you call it? It was it had this construction artificially created part, you know, like a platform something, which was and the part of this platform was kind of getting stuck out, you know, like a little sort of, oh man, I'm stuck for a second. You know, why? Oh man, the collision on this one is just, it's not that good. Yes, like those, you know, little planks or something, you know, it's like a little part of architecture that you entices you to like to step on, you know, and look down. So this thing was kind of incentivizing you to. It was attracting your attention first, and then it was kind of incentivizing you to check what's going on, right? And then when you, yeah, man, this geometry is it could see some improvements for sure, and yeah, all right. And then you saw like a bar that you can jump on, stuck out of the rock, but you couldn't see where it leads to. So it was a sort of leap of faith that you had to do, right? You had to jump on this one, and then see that there is actually a secret that you can jump into. And here it's kind of like this. You see this hole, and you don't see what's inside. So it's kind of performs the same function. Yeah, but yeah, that secret was much better, I think, constructed. All right, let's actually do some stuff. What? Oh, that's interesting. I think I remember how you have to do it. That's a bit of a cheating on my part, but I think I remember how you finish this, complete this puzzle. Yeah, this one is kind of interesting.
Are you growing tired, Slayer? We will break your will yet.
Man, look at this guy's pose. He's kind of flexing on me, I think, unintentionally. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how you have to use part of a previous puzzle in order to solve another puzzle, right? Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of, I think, non-traditional, unorthodox, maybe even in puzzle design, kind of. I actually might be wrong completely, but yeah, I don't think that's something that you encounter that often in puzzle design. That you have to use sort of elements of previous puzzle to solve the next one. Oh, that's interesting. And to be honest, I'm not sure I like it, because it was too obscure for me. I remember when I was playing the first time, I had no idea what to do. Like, what is this beam? What it means, just, right? What I have to do with it? It's not like we were taught what this beam is about. It's not like we were introduced to some previous puzzles that taught us what we have to do. And then you sort of force the player to think that, oh, this platform can be somehow related to this battle. I mean, they did the visual part right, I think, right? This wall, it had the same sort of pattern, right? So it kind of hints you that, oh, you should probably use it somehow, right? You should what? Oh, this one. So yeah, this is related to it, right? But I think it's so obscure, so kind of random even, right? For players to do that. I mean, the geometry sort of facilitates the solving, right? Because this hole is right on the path of that beam, so it kind of kind of helps too. And then you have this green glowing lamps to kind of again incite player to look down. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure how I feel about this puzzle. When I solved it, I was not satisfied by any means, so yeah. Alright, we have another corridor. Yeah, I think I'm into using some super shotgun. Oh, that was it? Alright. Okay, that was... Man, that Arachnotron was quite smart. Again, I think this corridor works well. It's basically the repetition of that corridor, right? All the elements that I used in this one are kind of the same. You have this upper little platform, you have this environmental trap, you have a very few sort of covers to use. I mean, it's okay. It's kind of, it feels maybe a little bit boring in terms of repetition, but it's a small encounter. It's okay. Oh man, now we have some gorgeous looking room. I mean, a lot of rooms in this level are pretty gorgeous looking, but this one stands out for sure, I think. Look at those chains. Oh man, I'm into them. Look how big they are. So, what do we have to do again? Yeah, we have two markers. Why the game constantly shows us two markers at the same time? It's a bit awkward. And so I guess in this one it's more or less clear what we have to do. Like we have this punchable thingy, and that kind of assumes that, well, we have to punch it probably to solve this one, and we have to get to it somehow. Oh, I'm not gonna do this. No, not on this stream. Sorry. I think in this arena I will skip it. How is it called? I don't remember. Actually. All right. Oh, you can see that. Yeah, this reflection could work a bit better. Bad jump. Another bad jump. I mean, this one is cool. I like this sequence. I like how it's sort of gameplay wise, mechanically wise, it's just you have punch two things, right? And that's it. That's how you solve this puzzle. And the first one is, yeah, it's a bit boring. It's your typical box. But the next thing that you have to punch is this giant, demon corpse that is sort of crucified, kind of, it has 4 hands, but that's okay. And you have to punch it, and it will break and fall and open paths for you. That's a nice set dressing. That's a kind of, I think, the example of cool set dressing. That's how you make your mechanics that can become kind of they can sort of start feeling a bit of monotonous and boring. Well, that's how you turn them into something exciting. It's just set dressing, right? Because mechanically it was very simple. There wasn't any twist to it, right? But the experience was still pretty enjoyable one. I think I miss a bunch of secrets, but yeah, I'm fine with it.
I do not fear you. This match is not won yet. Come find me, Slayer. I will be waiting.
Yeah, we saw this room before, I think. Oh, actually, is it the one that we visited? Oh yeah, actually. Okay, that's interesting. We saw this room earlier. The one that were filled with those zombie scientists, something like this. Why they disappeared? Actually, that's interesting. They decided to despawn them, huh? So. Yeah, this area in the end, this hole is kind of like a hub space, right? So we had to go, I think, this way again, on the left. We had to go through this nice little shaft area. Then there were a bunch of puzzle sequences. Then we got into this Revenant, playing as a Revenant arena. And then there was a bit of a puzzle play too. And then what this marker is about? Huh? Then we got down to this area, I think. Right? Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't remember how we got here. Unfortunately, like through some lift, I think. From elevator. Yeah, I think this is the elevator or something. Something of that sort. And then you go through under this hole and get to the sort of right wing of that whole section. And then you go through it. Go through some arena. And some puzzles. And that's where we punch this demon, right? So you can see how this part of the level, the second part of the level, sort of copies the first one. The structure is kind of the same. We again have the central part that kind of serves as a hub, and you go to the left side. Well, in this case, I guess if you look like this, you go to the right side in the beginning. Then you kind of go under this hub and get to the left part of this whole area. You go through it and then end up in this hole, this hub again. Oh yeah, but you know what? I don't know. I don't think I like the second part that much. Even so, it's kind of identical to the first one. The idea is kind of the same. But in terms of pacing, in terms of how the space, the feeling of space, like, even so this is sort of a hub, that's not how I perceived it. In my experience, I was just, running around, just progressing through the level, from one new area to another. I didn't have that experience of oh, I explored this part, and now I'm back to the hub, and now I'm going to explore the left part of this area. While on the first one, that was, we had to constantly, like, we get to the first one, to the, I mean, not to the left, right, to the left wing of this section, this map section, and then we get back to the central feature. So we are reinforced with this idea that this corridor is a hub that we come back to. We see it again, we place for it again, and we sort of, I think our awareness, our spatial awareness, what is going on is just constructed in a much better way. Our mental mapping is just much better. It's smoother, I think. It goes smoother in this section. While in this one, I was just like running around, like I didn't have any sort of area that was built in my mind, While this one I had it, because I knew I had this idea of what I'm going through, that after visiting this hub again and again, and understanding and seeing this final arena too, through the window in the beginning, and again later, and understanding that's my goal, that's where I have to go. But here, no, it's all closed. I don't see anything. I don't see any area that I had to get to. No, it's just a bunch of doors that open up and close up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Even so, I think it's kind of an interesting example of how execution just is important, right? How execution is everything in many ways. Even if your idea is good and is in theory is fine, it's very important how you actually make it up, because even so, this second part of the level is kind of similar, and it kind of has the same structure and the same even sort of progression. It feels much more random, much more unintentional on my part. Oh yeah, let's just go. So yep, that was it, I guess. We were into this corridor, I think, earlier, right? Right before. Yeah, this is it. You can see how it has this nice symmetry about it. So it's like you can imagine that it sort of reinforces how this building is structured, how it has this symmetrical structure, right? You can see this gray outline, gray transparent outline. Well, let's finish it, I guess. Oh, I guess not yet. I actually, yeah. Okay. That was nice. Nice subversion of expectations again, which is something that level did a few times, if you remember. Wait, is it like? Yeah, that rune. Yeah, this one feels a bit big too. Well, maybe it's fine. I can't say. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. If it's big enough. That little, you know, jumping pad. It's kind of nice how it sort of allows you to get to the end quite quickly. Some whiplash. Now I have some Mancabus. And I don't see... Ah, right. Yeah, let me fit... Ah, fuck off. That was very unfortunate. I didn't break it. Yeah, that arena, I think, felt better.
The priest has stopped moving. I will lock in signal now.
Compared to... let me find it. To this one. You know, that was... This arena is kind of a culmination of second part of the level. And this arena was sort of culmination of the first part of the level. And... even so, inside they look kind of... I don't know, kind of similar, I guess? Or maybe this one is a bit, just a bit bigger. Yeah, not sure. This one, in terms of, you know, options, in terms of verticality, it felt nice. It didn't feel, you know, that open, so I could easily outrun my enemies, just run away from them. Maybe it's partially on layout. And yeah, and this arena looks fine too, I think. There are a bunch of... Oh, that's like... I wonder how you get this one. Maybe like it's a secret or something. Yeah, you can see how this pipe prevents me from getting it, so... yeah. Well, and this one looks like the end of the level. Now I have a nice ride. Whew. Yeah, I'm a very bad completionist. Okay, let's continue. Just to be sure. Yeah, and the next one is called Doom Hunter Base. Yeah, which I don't think I'll get to this one next time. Let's get to the main. Oh man, I'm it took almost 2 hours to finish half of a level. I'm getting worse at it. That's just disappointing. But yes, still was. I think it was interesting, sort of case study of how execution. I think the main moral of this stream is how execution matters, because high level wise, like design wise, structure wise, that second part was basically identical to the first part, right? It was about central hub space and the left and right areas that this hub space leads to. And how it's like two different takes, maybe. I wonder if two different level designers worked on this one. I'm not sure. Yeah, so I can only speculate on this one. But yeah, the second part felt just individual bits were fine. Those arenas, we've seen a bunch of interesting ones, like the one with those open the box arena, and those platforming beats were fine too. They were simple, not that challenging, but they did this thing. They provided enough variety, enough pacing sort of break. Even so, the general pacing, I can't say I enjoyed it that much. Felt a little bit underwhelming for me, I think. Just a bit underwhelming. But yeah, overall, just in general, if you're speaking about general experience, that second part didn't feel that good as the first one. And I guess that's the lesson we can learn today, that execution is quite important. It's not about idea, It's not just about idea. Very deep, I know. Very, very deep lesson. Very deep insight. I guess that's it for today. I feel kind of exhausted, actually. Streaming is hard. Next time we'll play something different. Yeah, I think we had enough. At least I had enough, for sure, of ripping and tearing demons apart. So next time we'll play maybe something more, something calmer, maybe more narrative based. I don't know. Find out. Well, that's it for me. Thank you for watching. You probably will watch it in VOD. So yeah, thanks for that. Hope it wasn't that boring and frustrating. Have a good one. And until I see you next time.